Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wilhelm Screaming. Welcome back to another day in Destiny 2 for some more Destiny 2 news and the Final Shape / Echoes intel. And today, once again, is Friday, so we have our Friday weekly update. Xur has returned, as well as Trials of Osiris for the very first time in the Final Shape. So I'll give you a rundown on those two things, as well as all the other farms, glitches, and cheeses that you might want to be using heading into the weekend if you haven't had a chance to play very much this week. And because we are so early into the DLC and the first week of the actual season, or episode actually, called Echoes, that there is a plethora of stuff that you're probably going to want to jump into and take full advantage of, including some major glitches revolving around some of the new missions. But first, today Xur can be found in his new place in the tower. If you didn't know where this was, it's over in the bazaar in the corner. You can find it right by the stairs. Take a left. And Xur, of course, was updated at the release of the Final Shape, so we have a whole bunch of new stuff, and we covered a few things last week, but there's some more information that was released about Xur, so we're going to do a little bit of a longer rundown on not just the loot from Xur, but how to properly really farm Xur now, as it's probably one of the best places to farm for exotics, other than doing, some endgame activities. We'll also do, of course, a rundown of the Trials loot right after. So first off, Xur now, of course, can be ranked up, so there's some great rank rewards if you want to go that route, which I encourage everybody to do. We have exotic catalysts now available, so we have the Arbalest Catalyst, which is amazing. Can't go wrong with this particular one, and it's great to have in your arsenal, even if linear fusion rifles aren't the go-to at the moment. They will be again, I promise you, and the Arbalest is just one of those ones that you want to have as many times as possible, or as upgraded as possible when you do need it. Everything now is for strange coins, and we're going to do a breakdown of how to farm strange coins, because they're not the ones you farm from Dares of Eternity. These are different strange coin altogether, even if they look the same. I know, it's a bit confusing. We also have the Bad Juju Catalyst. Pulse rifles, of course, are in the Champions meta at the moment. Haven't used Bad Juju myself, but consider picking it up. For armor, we have the Lucky Raspberry for the Hunter class with a 66 roll, and I have to say, a fairly decent stat distribution. Maybe a little bit more mobility. Maybe if you swapped the intellect with mobility on the Hunter. I know Hunters like mobility, but otherwise we have high resilience, high recovery, high discipline. 66, can't go wrong. If you do not have a Lucky Raspberry, definitely pick this one up. We have the Heart of Innermost Light for the Titan class with a 69 roll. Hey, this is a incredible roll on this exotic. I don't use this exotic that often, but this is definitely the roll that you're looking for, with high recovery, high discipline. Maybe would have liked a little bit more in resilience, but with a 69 roll, you can't go wrong, and you can build into this any way you want. This is only a few stats off from the highest possible roll you can get from Xur, at least from what I know. Maybe that's been updated a little bit, and we will be getting higher rolled exotics, which would be great. But definitely pick this up if you're looking for a good Heart of Innermost Light. And tell me if this is in the Titan meta at the moment down below in the comment section. We have the Nezarec Sin for the Warlock with a 68 roll, another incredibly high roll, though all the mobility is wasted on this. So, though it's really high stat, I don't know if I would necessarily pick it up, but Void Kills increase ability regen. That's Void Kills from any source, so it doesn't mean you have to be running a Void subclass. If you had a Void weapon on, like I've been using, the Graviton Lance, this actually is really good paired with Strand builds. I haven't used it with Prismatic yet, but I could imagine that there are some interesting things you could do with it. So even though the stat distribution isn't that great, 68 isn't terrible, so if you don't have it, it's better to have it than not, but I wouldn't necessarily buy this if you already have a decent roll on the Nezarec Sin. We also have Gambit Ingrams. You can buy 3 Gambit Ingrams for 31 strange coins. Over on the second page, we have the Exotic Cipher. Remember, you can hold 5 of these, I think, still currently. And then we have the more strange offerings. Everything has the strange in the title, which is very strange unto itself. But we have the Loyalty Program of the 9. I love that name. Favor of the 9. So this is a buff. Essentially, as you can see, when you earn a strange coin, so that's 1 strange coin, there is a chance to receive a bonus strange coin. So for every 1 you receive, there's a chance when you have this active to receive another one. Now, it's pretty hefty, the cost. You need to spend 47 strange coins at Xur in order to unlock this buff. So actually really not that much. I don't know if that's going to be for every time you want to buy this. So this is only going to be active for 11 days. I don't know if it's 47 strange coins spent at Xur total or 47 strange coins spent at Xur each week in order to attain this buff. But I do believe this buff is going to be really worth it, as you can have a multiplier on this up to 3 times. So that means, say you get a drop of 2 strange coins from doing one of the either Vanguard, Crucible, or Gambit activities. That's where you're going to be getting your strange coins from now for this particular Xur. So to farm out strange coins, you need to play one of the core 3 playlists. But say you get 2. That means with this active, for those 2, you would get 2 more, as it's 1 strange coin for every 1 you earn, or at least a chance on that. So the potential of getting 4 when you normally would have gotten 2 is great. If you have that applied 3 times, there's a chance that you would get 3 times the 2. So you could potentially get a ton of strange coins very, very quickly every single time you do one of the core playlist activities. So that's why I think this is going to be worth it. And even if it is 47 that you have to spend at Xur every week, I still think it's going to be worth it. So I think the Favor of the 9 is going to be something that everybody is going to want to acquire as quickly as possible and try to get the buff up to 3 times. And potentially you could farm out all the strange coins you would really need in maybe a week, just doing the core playlist activities. I would just say pick the one that you like and do it a lot at the beginning. Get it all done so you don't have to worry about strange coins for the remainder of the season, maybe even potentially for the whole year. We also have enhancement prisms, enhancement cores. You can buy 11 enhancement cores for 17 strange coins, or you can buy 3 enhancement cores for 3 strange coins. Not totally sure why they decided to do 11. Maybe they're just being clever. I don't know. I think these material offerings will also change, so there might be weeks where, 11 becomes 10 or becomes 9, or you don't have these 2 offerings together. We also have Glimmer for 5 strange coins. You get 30,000 Glimmer for 5 strange coins. That seems like a pretty good deal. And then you can get 57, again, strange number, 1,000 Glimmer for 11 strange coins. We also have the Strange Gift, contains a random item. I also believe that you can get some really good rare weapons from these, and apparently you can also get red borders through the rank rewards. So through rank rewards, it's a tongue twister for me, you can actually get red borders. So that actually makes Xur probably one of the best red border farms in the game. And then, of course, over on the second page, which is really the most fun page, we have our random exotic weapons now. This is pretty crazy, I have to say. Like, every week we're going to get a new cache of exotic weapons, including the Hawk Moon. Hawk Moon's not going anywhere. Hawk Moon's always going to be here. But it's going to have some buddies. So for the first time, we have the Crimson for sale, as well as the Borealis and the Darcy. Now, I'm a fan of this. I mean, I think maybe these aren't the best weapon examples, although the Darcy is pretty good. Borealis, I can't remember the last time I used it, but Crimson is great for PvP, so definitely pick up the Crimson if you don't have one. The other great thing about this is about Xur is that you can buy now exotic weapons that are transferable to every class. So you're going to be able to rank up your second and third classes really easy now once you've completed one, because you'll always be getting rewards based on what your highest class is. So if you're, say, playing a Warlock and you're at 2,000, you haven't touched Hunter or Titan yet, you start playing on the Hunter and Titan, you're immediately going to be getting, gear based on your Warlock's power level. So it's not really as relevant anymore, but another quick way to do that, just to make it even go faster, is you can buy, exotics at your highest class's power for your other classes. You can swap them over the weapons. You could always do that with the armor, but it's nice to know that you can do that with the weapons now as well. For legendary weapons, we have the, can't say this name because I am not sure how it's pronounced. Let me know in the comment section down below how it's pronounced. We have a Sherlock, but let me at least tell you the stats. This one, whose name I can't pronounce, with Outlaw and Harmony. We have the Sherlock with Subsistence and Eye of the Storm. We have the Deafening Whisper with Pulse Monitor and Threat Detector. It's a decent wave frame grenade launcher, though not the best roll. We have a Far Future Sniper Rifle with Lead from Gold and Wellspring. We have the Threaded Needle with Rangefinder and Vorpal. Do like this roll on the Threaded Needle. We have the Codulo with Field Prep and Unrelenting. And we have the Eternity's Edge with Infinite Guard, Energy Transfer, and Flash Counter. For armor, we have the 7th Seraph armor set. I haven't checked the rolls for Titan and Hunter, so let me know if there's anything good in the comment section down below if you play on one of those two classes. But we have a 65 roll on the gauntlets, 67 roll on the chest piece. We have a 64 roll on the helmet, and a 63 roll on the boots. Helmet and boots are kind of throwaway. Chest piece isn't bad, though I would have loved to have seen mobility somewhere else, like resilience or recovery, or even intellect. But the gauntlets are very decent. So if you're looking for a decent pair of gauntlets, I like the roll on these. You also have the random strange coin engram and the random strange coin weapon engram. And remember, you can get some really good stuff from all of these. So overall, Xur is pretty amazing, I have to say. Always been one of my favorite vendors, but I think he truly is the best vendor now. He was kind of always the best vendor on the day that he wanted to be. Now I think he always is. So now we're going to head over to St. 14 in the tower. We're going to, I'll just run, why not? Check out what the Trials loot is. The Trials map for this week is Bannerfall. So we got an old map for the first week of Trials in the Final Shape. I can imagine why that is, just because, prismatic. It's going to be a lot of new stuff out there. On their way over to St. 14, though, just want to check out what Banshee 44 is selling. We have a Fallen Guillotine, which isn't too bad. Remember, this loot still rotates 7 hours after the daily reset timer. So whenever Xur and Trials arrived, 7 hours after that for you, this loot will also rotate. Also remember, if you're looking for any of the new exotics, Master Raoul has them, and they're available for you once you rank up to rank 16. So I encourage everybody, when you get an exotic engram, don't just use it randomly. Focus it in tier 2 focusing at Master Raoul, because you're going to get like 4 to 5 ranks right at the beginning, and you'll be able to rank up to rank 16 really quick. And then Tier 3 focusing is unlocked, and the new exotics are in the Tier 3 focusing. So for the adept weapon this week, we have the Summoner auto rifle. I think this is still very popular. I mean, it's a good auto rifle. I don't know. I think pulse rifles are really kind of the thing right now, but for PvP, can't go wrong with a Summoner Adept if you can get there. For rank rewards, we have the powerful Trials gear at rank 1, I guess. And then we have, oh yes, and then the first major rank. And then we have upgrade modules. We have the Ashura's Care at rank 10. I don't really know too much about this pulse rifle, but it seems like it would be good. Strand pulse rifle. I like Strand. I like pulse rifles at the moment. I could imagine this would roll with some pretty good PvE rolls, so I think for people who don't play Trials that often, this might be worth the grind to rank 10. And if you're looking to get some free Trials loot without having to actually play Trials, let me know in the comment section down below. And then at rank 16, we have the Ashura's Wrath. And now on to all the other information in the Destiny community, as this is sort of a weekly roundup. Some great farms, some great cheeses, and some great glitches that you're definitely going to want to do. First of all, I want to talk about the season really quick. In the Helm, if you've been playing the new activity, just know that there is another secret activity, which is actually the best possible weapons farm. It's probably one of the hardest activities too currently in the game. I'm not talking about the dual destiny mission, though that is also very difficult, but this is on par with that, and it's a secret. You have to do this stuff first. This is for people who own the Season of Echoes, but for those of you who don't, I think you're actually missing out. Like this, when I did it the first time, the seasonal activity, I was like, okay, this is fun, you know, on par with most seasons. But then when I found out that there was this secret thing, that kicked it up a notch. So I would consider, you know, maybe doing this. If you don't have Echoes, consider buying Echoes. This is pretty awesome. And if we get this secret kind of thing at the beginning of a year, in the season or episode that I found to be probably the least exciting of the ones that were premiered, then I can only imagine what's going to be for the ones after this. In the Pale Heart, we do have the Dual Destiny mission available now, the exotic mission, to get your exotic class items. A lot of controversy around this, I have to say, because you can only do the Dual Destiny mission with one other player, and it is not match made. So you have to find another player to do this with. Note that it is in Fireteam Finder, and a lot of people didn't think it was, but definitely try Fireteam Finder. And if you are doing this and you are a solo player, you can do the whole first part by yourself, or you can join someone right at the last part. So when they're about to or have finished their last overthrow, so long as they get the prompt and they have killed the 3 wizards and they're at that part and they have the big, you know, glowing beacon in the sky, if you join their fire team and they take you to it, you will unlock it as well. So as long as you're there for the last part, so that's a way to maybe, you know, you could join a fire team just to get the last part, just so you can get it available. You can also, once you've completed the Dual Destiny mission, go and farm for the exotic class items solo simply by looting all the chests in a given zone. I would recommend doing one in wherever the daily featured overthrow is, because you're probably going to be getting a lot more rewards in general and stuff that counts for more than just possibly getting an exotic class item, some good loot, good weapons, all that kind of stuff. But you can do that once you've completed the Dual Destiny mission. Now, I have heard people say that they thought once you've completed the overthrows, regardless if you've done the Dual Destiny mission or not, you can actually just go into one of the zones and start looting the chests and possibly get an exotic class item. I don't think that's the case. I've heard, I think that was maybe a misconception, but I haven't really tried it, and I had already completed the mission before I started farming the chests in order to get exotic class items as a solo player. So I would maybe say try it, but I have no guarantee whether or not that's going to work. However, if you are just doing the Dual Destiny mission, you might as well get double the rewards. Now, I talked about this in my last video, and you can actually do a glitch that will award you double exotic class items at the end of every single Dual Destiny run. So briefly, all you have to do is make sure that you go into Dual Destiny with someone who also is running the exact same class as you. So 2 Warlocks, 2 Hunters, or 2 Titans. At the very end, after you complete the final boss, make sure you both choose peace versus war, or whatever the prompt is, battle, call to war or something like that. Choose peace so you're both on the same team. You'll get the revive. You want to go to the first tower as it's loading in that will give you the exotic class item. As it's loading in, you both want to loot the exotic class item from the totem or tower as it's loading. You want to do that as quickly as possible because you then want to beeline it to a load zone that will give you a joining allies, which is close to the edge behind where the totem is or to the left of where the totem is. Again, I did make a video on this, so you can go watch it. But you want to make sure that you both get there, both teammates get there at the exact same time, so you both get the joining allies. That's so you can both get the reward for the second totem. So then you will join back in. After the joining allies, you run to the second totem, and you'll be able to get another exotic class item. So that sounds complicated with me saying it, but believe me, it's actually fairly simple. Bring eager edge swords so you can go a lot quicker, and make sure that you can amplify so you can go a little bit faster still. Also, if you're a solo player and you're just farming the chests, remember it's any chest that you farm in any one of the Pale Heart zones can reward you an exotic class item once you've completed Dual Destiny. That's what I'm going with at the moment. And you can double dip on a lot of those chests, or at least a lot of the activities. So say a yellow bar, a random yellow bar spawns, and you run in, you kill him, you get the chest from him. You can reload the zone, and that yellow bar will be there again. So just a way to potentially farm out more chests and save yourself some time. And that is going to be it for all. Oh, wait. One more thing. Today's Legendary Lost Sector. Now, I'm sure a lot of people aren't doing the Legendary Lost Sectors that much yet, but it is in the Pale Heart. And Legendary Lost Sectors now reward exotic Ingrams, not exotic loot. So farm out the Legendary Lost Sectors as quickly as you can so that you can rank up Master Raoul. It guarantees you the new exotic. Just get a few of these, go to him, focus them, get your new exotics on tier 3 once it's unlocked. Also remember, GMs for Nightfalls arrive, I believe, next week. So Prismatic, I think, will make short work of most of the GMs. But just wanted to keep people praised of that. Oh, and the raid this week is the Over on the Moon, the name that I'm going to forget until I scroll over it, the Garden of Salvation raid. So if you're looking to get Divinity, even though it's gotten a major debuff, I think. People are still using it. That is going to officially be it for all the information in today's video. Thanks so much for watching today. I'm sure this was a long video. If you've watched to this point in the video, you can please leave a hashtag Echoes or a hashtag The Final Shape or a hashtag Trials of Osiris or a hashtag Xur in the comments section down below for another entry into the next giveaway for this video. Remember, we do one every 1,000 subscribers, and when and if we reach 100,000 subscribers, we'll be giving away an Xbox Series X or a video card if you play on PC. Hope everybody has a great weekend farming out the many activities to your heart's content. And of course, I'm Wilhelm Scream once more. We will see you next time.